Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Good morning. Can we confirm you can hear me? I see Chinedu Osaji. Good morning. You're welcome, sir. Can you hear me? All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I needed to confirm that, so I'm sure we're on the same page and the audio is good. Olatunde Sanusi, good morning. Thank you. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. Emmanuel Mills. All right. Thank you. Wisdom. Good morning to you, sir. You're welcome. All right. So let's get started immediately. And then, of course, so good morning, Jonathan. Good morning. You're welcome, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, traders. Muji, good morning, Mark. It's another brand new week, and I hope we're doing very well today. Of course, this is our morning market review, MMR. This session holds every day, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. You get to meet with our analysts on a daily basis, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And this is, like I usually say, is also with the hope that when you have listened long enough, you are also able to come up with your own strategies that will give you an edge over the markets. Peradventure, you're just joining this forum for the first time, you're also welcome. It's great to have you. During this session, we get to look at what's going on in the markets in terms of fundamentals and technicals. And this is also with a view that I would be able to pick a few entry. Wisdom, I don't have any screen yet. I'm just talking and welcoming us. So that we would also be able to pick a few entries from this session and then trade ideas as well for today and even for the rest of the week. All right, so I'm going to put up my screen now. Let's start with fundamentals to check what we have in terms of fundamentals. So I'm going to head over to forexfactory.com to see the important news events that may impact prices for today. As much as we want to do technicals, it's also important to consider the fundamentals that we have for today that may impact price. That's why we care to also check the calendar to see. So just a minute, I'm going to switch to forexfactory.com. All right, so I'm just trying to take out this one. So apply the filter so I can see the important ones I'm interested in. Okay, so today, the 22nd day of October, Tuesday, this is what we have. Okay, this one was earlier. Oh no, this is 2:25 p.m. This is 2:25 p.m. for pounds. Uh, the Bank of England governor will be speaking at this time. That's why we don't have any data here. Usually we follow previous forecast and actual for trade decisions. But because this is a speech, that governor would be speaking, the Bank of England governor will be speaking at this time. Of course, because he's the central bank governor, his speech would, of course, give a direction to the pound. He'll be talking to us about policies, what they need to adopt to either expand or contract the economy. And of course, we may expect to see some volatility for the British pounds around 2:25 p.m. when this guy would be talking. And then 3 p.m., I also have speech. 8:15 p.m., we also have speech. Okay, so we really don't have any data here to make trade decisions. All right. So having said that, I'm just going to switch and head over to MT4 so we can look at the technicals. So we can look at the technical setups that we have. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this right now and then get to MT4. All right. I want to believe we can see my screen. I have MT4 up now. Can we see my screen? Can we push forward? All right, thank you. Um, okay. So let's start with the dollar index. Um, of course, I like to start with the major pairs. And to do that, I also like to understand the direction of the dollar index itself. Once I understand this, the belief is that I'll be able to apply this to the major pairs. Now, as the dollar index, once I understand the strength or weakness of the dollar itself, I can relate this to major pairs, the Euro USD, the Pound USD, the NZD USD, the pairs with USD in them. Okay. Of course, you would agree with me, this has been aggressively bullish. And if you have followed this forum long enough, this should not be a surprise to you if you have been with us for quite some time, because reason is because since we got this, okay, let me highlight it. Okay, since we got this close below 100.5 here, I want to make it bolder. Right. Since we got this close below 100.5, I highlighted how significant that can be, because if you look back to sometime in 2023, around this period, around July, we got it close below that 100.5 level. And what happened? We saw this aggressive move to the upside, you see. And I've also pointed to us that this is what we call a fake out, a breakout that failed. Now, ideally, when this level failed at this time, of course, price should have continued to give us lower high and lower lows, but that failed. So after this break below 100.5, price closed back above 100.5. And hence, this is called a fake out, a breakout that failed. And then we saw this aggressive move. Now, fast forward to this period here. Let me do the same thing. Fast forward to here. We saw the same pattern that we had back here in 2023. Price closed below 100.5 and then it closed back above 100.5. And that's why I got bullish on the dollar. And then one would expect the likes of Euro USD, Pound USD to be bearish as they are inverse of this. Okay. And then since price closed above this level, we have seen about 3 weeks of green candles. You see this long one here, 1 week, 2 week, 3, and this one is the current one. Still very much bullish, you see. Okay, now back to the daily time frame. Still very much bullish. However, this level here is now acting as resistance for the dollar index. This level here at around 104. If you try to go back, you see why that level is quite significant. I'm going to highlight it. This is the level here, around 104. Here, it was resistance. Back here as well, as support. Back here as well, as support. You see, multiple touches. If we continue to go back, we'll see more attempts why that level is an area of value. Okay. And as it is right now, because of how significant this level is, we're beginning to see red candle at that a few pips to that 104 area. Now, this doesn't mean that this is bearish. This is just a temporary change in direction. So what this means is that it's still very much bullish until we get a close back below this level. That's when it's going to be bearish for me. Until then, this is still very much bullish. Okay, so of course, we may see some pullbacks before the bullish move continues. And then this will be the level I'll be watching for that pullback point, this level around 103.5. Okay, so now that we understand what is going on with the dollar index, would now, with this in mind, we'll now switch to Euro USD to check out what's happening here. Okay, so interestingly, for the dollar index, we're looking at this level as a resistance, which is around price level 104. If we take that to Euro dollar, Euro USD, this area here too, 1.08, is also the support level, say, for the Euro dollar. So what this means is that from this level now, we may see again, some temporary change in direction. We see some pullback. We see some pullback at this level before the bearish move continues. Okay, that's the expectation I have for Euro dollar. Now, this is the daily time frame. We can now head over to a much lower time frame to check out for any trade opportunity. You can go as low as 15 minutes. All right, so from the daily time frame, we can see that the overall direction is bearish. It's very much bearish. So what it means is that when we switch to a much lower time frame, it's either we're buying to take advantage of the pullback that we expect, or wait till the pullback is complete and then we now take sell opportunities. All right, so let me go back to daily time frame to highlight this. Now on the daily time frame, this is what I said. Price is now close to this support area here. The price is now close to this support area, and then for that reason, we may now see some pullback right there. We may get some retracement from this current level, and then at the end of the retracement, we then look for sell opportunities in continuation of the bearish trend. Okay, so taking that to 15 minutes now, I hope you understand that. Taking that to 15 minutes time frame for the euro dollar now. Okay, you see that it's beginning to look bullish here for the pullback that we expect to happen on the daily time frame. You see, for the pullback that we expect to happen on the daily time frame, it's beginning to look like it on the 15 minutes time frame because it's a much lower one. We're going to see it in an instant. All right. So from this point, what it means is that while we expect the pullback to happen, one can target buy opportunities. One can target buy opportunities. And then as soon as the pullback is complete, then we go with the direction, which is bearish. All right. So the extent of this pullback, one, we'll be looking at this level and then back to this previous support, back to this previous support. Okay. So number one, the pullback may come as high as this level here, or even as high as this previous support level. Okay, so that's what we'll be looking out for. Now, eventually, if we don't get that, if we don't get that pullback to these levels that I've highlighted, and what we see is a break below this support, then that would be even more fantastic, which means that the trend is still very much intact. Okay, now this is also a trend line that I'll also be watching. This trend line right here, you can see how significant that trend line is since the end of 2023. It has been acting as support for price. You see it? Even here. And then these two may eventually come to this trend line. All right, so that's exactly how I'll be trading Euro USD. All right. So moving on to Pound USD, which is of course very similar to Euro USD. What do we have? What do we have? Again, Pound USD on the daily time frame. This level here, quite important. How do I know that? If we go back, you will see it is an area of value. That is, price has tested that level multiple times, either as support or as resistance. See, okay, so that's why I'm interested in this current level. Okay, now because of that pullback that we expect or that we're expecting on the dollar index, you could see how these two is becoming bullish at this current support level. Now, of course, this is also a pullback before we see that trend continuation. And this level here at price level 1.3 currently is support. So what we need to see here is number one, a pullback to either this is 1.3050 or as high as coming back to this 50 period moving average. And then we can expect the trend to continue from that level. Again, similar to what we saw for Euro USD, if what we get here eventually is a close below that level, then we can continue to be bearish for the pound USD. So this is the level I'll be watching at 1.3. Number one, I'll watch for a pullback. I'll watch for a pullback from this current level towards the 50 period moving average. You can see the property right here, 50 period 50. Okay, or I see a close below this level so that I can continue to be bearish for the pound USD. And then if eventually we now get a close below this trend line, then that would even further strengthen the bearish bias that we currently have. Why is that? Again, if you look at that trend line, just like what we saw for Euro USD, it's also quite significant towards this level. I'm going to highlight it here as support. A few pips to that trend line right there. Here again, as support. Okay, so eventually when we now get it close below this trend line right here, then that would further strengthen the bearish bias that we already have, and then we can continue to ride the trend or to ride the move. Okay, so that's for pound USD, again similar to Euro USD. All right, moving on to I have a few that I've listed here that I want us to add to our watch list. I have for NZD USD as well. I have for NZD USD as well. This level here. This level right here at 60.50 is also an area of value. Again, what do I mean by that? We would see that price has tested that same level multiple times, either as support or as resistance. See it right here as well. Even at this point as resistance. Okay, so that's why I'll be watching this level. And what am I looking for? Number one, of course, this is bearish. This is bearish without doubt because price has now closed below this level. Below this level here. Okay, so from this low here, we saw this high, and then we got this pullback. That's a higher low, and then we got a higher high. And because price has now closed below this previous higher low, that's why this has turned bearish for me. So what we can see here is a retest of this level to confirm it as resistance. So we can get a retest of this level as resistance, and then price continues to fall from that level. Okay. However, if on the other hand, what we get is below the support at this current level, then we may expect further downside for NZD USD. Okay. This is NZD USD on the daily time frame. NZD USD on the daily time frame. All right. Moving on, I also have USD JPY, which of course has been bullish as well because the dollar index is bullish. Okay. So now Of course, before we got this, we had all of this bearish move. That is this low. We got a decent pullback right here. And then we saw a new low, lower low, and then a lower high. Now, after that lower high, ideally, this should have given us a new low, created a new Hello, can you hear me now? Hello, can you confirm you can hear me? All right, thank you. Sorry about that. I lost my network for a second, and then I had to restart the whole process. All right, so now I'm going to switch to uh, MT4 so we can continue. Okay, so I was talking about this USD JPY before I got disconnected. Okay, so I highlighted to us here, we saw this bearish move from this high to this low. We got a pullback, and then we got a lower low, we got a lower high, and then ideally this should have given us a lower low, but that did not happen. Instead, what we got was a higher low, and then we got a higher high from that level. Okay, so at this current level now, price is now at resistance. Price is now at resistance at this level. This is 151, which is an area of value. Again, what does that mean? It's a point or level that price has tested multiple times, either as support or as resistance. All right, so having confirmed that, which means that currently price is now at resistance. So from this level, we may get a pullback. From this level, we may get a pullback, or once we see a close above this level, then the bullish move is set to continue, and then we can take advantage of that. Now, this is the daily time frame. This is the daily time frame. If we switch to 15 minutes, let's see what it looks like on 15 minutes. All right. So again, on 15 minutes, this is the level we're interested in. This is the level we're interested in. As soon as we get a close above this level, then it will be a fantastic time to ride the bullish move that we currently have. Or if what we get is a pullback, then at the end of the pullback, you would also want to go bullish for USD JPY. All right. Okay. Thank you again, Adeyemi Olalekan, for the confirmation. All right. Okay. I saw US 30. That's fifth. Okay. Now, this is US 30 daily time frame here. This is US 30 on daily time frame. Now, I would like to show us this on, this is H4. This is the 4-hour time frame now. And then if you look at this trend line on the 4 hours time frame, again, it has acted as support multiple times. You see, even at this level, here a few pips to the trend line right there, and then even here a support, same thing as this level at support, and then see what happened here. We got a close below the trend line. We got a close below that trend line. So of course, this would mean that currently this is bearish. So this was the last support point that got broken, this level here. From this point now, you will see series of higher highs and higher lows up until this high here. Okay, up until this high, and then eventually we got a close below the last higher low. What does that mean? This means that currently what we have is a change in structure. Currently, the structure has changed. Price is now below the previous higher low. Okay, so what does that mean? From this current level now, and also below the 50 period moving average, you see it, price is also below the 50 period moving average. Okay, so at this current level now, this here would be the support, would be the next support level at around 4,300 or 43,000 would be the next support level right here. Okay, so two things. Number one, we get a retest of this previous level here. We get a retest of this previous level, or price continue to push to the downside, and then eventually, if we get a close below this support level at 43,000, then that would further strengthen the bearish move that we currently have. So that's how I'm going to be approaching US 30. Okay, let's see what it looks like on 15 minutes. Okay, this is what we have on 15 minutes. All right, so on 15 minutes, number one, we get a retest of this level or towards this 50 period moving average. To get a retest of that level, then that would be fantastic and would be a good opportunity to sell. If on the other hand, we see a bearish continuation from this level, then this would be the level of interest. This level here, around 43,000, will be the level of interest. As soon as price breaks below this level, then, like I said, it will further strengthen the bearish move that we currently have for US 30. All right. Which other one do I need to point out to us? Okay, Euro AUD as well. Euro AUD. This is Euro AUD. For Euro AUD, I remember the last time I was here, I highlighted this potential inverse head and shoulder. I highlighted it. If you are familiar with the head and shoulder pattern, what we have here is the inverse, the reverse of it. While the head and shoulder pattern is a bearish reversal pattern, this here, because it is inverse, what it means is that this is the bullish setup once it is fully confirmed. Now, of course, this is the head, this is the left shoulder, and then here we have the right shoulder. And here, we have the neckline. We have the neckline of that pattern. So what would make this complete for me is when we see a break, when we get a break of this neckline. Now, after the right shoulder formed, of course, we saw this bullish move back to the neckline. But unfortunately, it couldn't close above the neckline. And then price came back to this support level, even closed below it. Now, we saw this close below that level, and then it closed back above this same level here at 1.62. So it closed back above that level at 1.62. Okay, so we also have a potential fake out here. Also have a potential fake out here. So what this means is that for this fake out now, what we are supposed to have is an aggressive move to the upside because of this fake out is an aggressive move to the upside. So this is H4. Let's see what it looks like on 15 minutes. Okay, so this is 15 minutes, and then we have this on 15 minutes time frame. We have this. Okay. So two things. Number one, we get a retest back at this level, and then if we get a good reversal pattern from that level, we see price continue to push to the upside. or because of this green candle, this bullish candle that has now closed above this area of value. So what it means is that we may just continue to see bullish move from this current level without a retest. So whatever happens from here, number one, either we get a retest of this level. If at the end of this 15 minutes, we get another bullish candle that closes above this high, that closes above this high of this previous candle, then we may just continue to ride that trend. We may just continue to ride that trend. Now, fake outs like this usually present fantastic trading opportunity because once our price fails to continue this bearish move that's closed below a support area or an area of value, and then price has now closed back above it, then what we are seeing is currently a bullish move, which we expect to continue. All right, so this is for Euro AUD. This is for Euro AUD. You may want to add this to your watch list because I believe it's going to present a fantastic trading opportunity. All right, Euro AUD. US 100. This is US 100 now. What do we have on US 100? Okay, I see structure here. I see high. I have higher low, and then higher high. Price came back to this level. It was which was the previous high. Tested it as support here, and then from that level, we saw a new high. We saw a new high right here. Okay, so currently price is stuck between these two levels. You see it? Price is stuck between these two levels. Okay, now this is the daily time frame. So let's switch to H4 first. Okay, how about H1? Of course, this is the level we're watching. Right, that's where we're watching. Okay, so taking this to H4, this is what it looks like. And then even on this H4, we have this as well, which also looks like a fake out. H1. Okay, this is quite choppy. This is quite choppy. It's sideways. 30 minutes too. It's quite messy. Okay, so here, even as low as 15 minutes, let's see, as low as 15 minutes. Okay, we get a close below this level or a close above this level. Now, this is US 100 on 15 minutes time frame, US 100 on 15 minutes time frame. Now, we started on the daily time frame, and then I highlighted how it is currently stuck between these two levels on the daily time frame. That is, what we have is a ranging market. Okay, so now for that range now, on 15 minutes time frame, we also saw this, or we can see this high, and then this low as well. So for me to go bullish or bearish will be dependent on what I see from this level. Number one, this current move to the downside, if it closes below this support level here, then it will be a good time to go bearish. we can get it close below this level. Or if on the other hand, what we see is a close above this level. And interestingly, on this 15-minute time frame, this looks head and shoulder pattern. Here we have the head. Here we have the left shoulder. And then here we have the right shoulder. Okay, now this of course is a bearish pattern. This here is a bearish pattern. So what it means is that for this to be complete and confirmed, we would need to see price break below the neckline here, the neckline support right here. So if we see that, then we would have confirmation that this bearish move would continue. We need to see a close below the neckline. All right. Interesting one for US 100 right there. Okay. What else do we have? I'm not sure we talked about gold. Let's talk about gold before we draw the curtain. Okay, what's happening on gold? Of course, gold has had an impressive bullish rally. And this is owing to the tensions within the Middle East. What that also means is that investors are pretty much on the edge, and also with the uncertainty that we see around the US general elections, a period like this, we do see investors putting their money in gold as a safe haven. So that explains the aggressive move we have been seeing in recent times for gold. Okay, so to also take advantage of that, what do we have? Okay, so we see price. This is H4 time frame, by the way. We see price here respecting this trend line here as support. Even here, a few pips to the trend line. Okay. Now this is the last high recorded around 2740. That's the last high recorded. Okay. So if we do get a retest back at 2740, and then we confirm a reversal pattern at that level, then we may see price come back to this trend line. If, on the other hand, what we get is a close above this previous high at 2740, then we may see more push to the upside for gold. We may see the aggressive move continue from that level. So number one, if we get a reversal pattern from this level, we may see price come back to this trend line. We may see price come back to this trend line. A close below the trend line would signify a much more bearish, a much more aggressive bearish move. Okay, so we may see price come back to this trend line, we test it at support, and then we get a bullish move from that point. Or price continues to push to the upside and then come back to this previous high at around 2740. We may get that as well. And then depending on the outcome here, we need to see a decisive move before we go bullish. So number one, again, on 15 minutes time frame, we could see price come back to either the 50 period moving average or go as low as this level here at around 27.25. If we then see a reversal pattern at this level, then we can go bullish from that level. Or if what we have if we see price come back to this previous high at 27.40, and then we get a reversal pattern at that level, we may see that before any push to the downside. Okay. All right. I hope we got the assets we have been able to look at. If there is anyone that I've analyzed previously that you would like me to repeat, we still have about 3 minutes before we call it a day. So if there is anyone from the peers that I've analyzed so far that you would want me to recap, I'm willing to do that for the next 3 minutes. Okay. You would rather we look at oil. Okay. So let's see. All right. So what do we have? This is oil. Okay. So recently price came to this low, of course, from this high right here. We saw series of lower highs and lower lows. See it, a decent pullback. We got a double bottom right here, and then a lower high, and then eventually we got a lower low. Okay, now from this lower low, we have this high, we got this higher low, and then we have this higher high, and then price came to this higher low to retest this level. Okay, currently price is below that level. Price is below this level here. Here, we saw the high here, which was the lower high for this bearish move. And then ideally, we should have seen a lower low, but that did not happen. It created a higher low, and then we saw higher high. But currently, price is now trading around that higher low level. Price is currently trading around that higher low level. Okay, here. So what does that mean for oil? What does that mean for oil? Okay, this is technical now. This is purely technical. Okay, now this is daily time frame. So let's see it on 4 hours, 1 hour, even 30 minutes. All right, so we see this consolidation, we see this ranging. Price, of course, is or has been ranging. Okay, so what would give more direction to this? Number one would be a close above this high, would be a close above this high, or below this low. So we'll be looking out to see what we get eventually. Number one, are we going to see a close above this high or below the low of that consolidation to know how we're going to approach oil? All right. So remember, patience is also a strategy. So you may want to wait for that to play out before this becomes decisive, because before this becomes decisive. Number one, I said a close above this high or a close below the low point to see what we get. All right. Yeah, this is Juchrome, I believe. I explained this for gold earlier. I explained this for gold earlier. Of course, because of the tensions that we see within the Middle East, and then because of the uncertainty around the US general elections that is coming up, that's why, because of the uncertainty, when you have periods like this, people tend to look for a safe place to invest. And of course, gold is exactly that. And that's why we've been seeing that aggressive move for gold. Okay. All right. So this is where we draw the curtain for today. It's been a great time talking to you, and I hope we have one or two instruments, assets that we can add to our watch list to trade for today and even for the rest of the week. Okay. Join us same time tomorrow from 8 a.m. Uh, where when we continue to look at more assets that we can trade. Okay, thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. It's been a great time talking to us, and I hope we have a great trading day. All right, until next time.